So what does 48 hours in Prague look like? This is the trip that I took that cost me less than $100 or £100, depending on what you want. I got there really early in the morning and walked to the very back of Gatwick's terminal to find the Wizz Air aeroplanes, had to walk down some stairs, and I was straight on the tarmac to board the back of the Wizz Air plane. And as you can see from these pictures, the Wizz Air plane is extremely basic. The seats are rock hard. It's so hard that it asked me for a fight a few times. But it got me to Prague in a very safe and effective manner for the price. Once I was in Prague, I was waiting to be meeting with my family. I was waiting to meet up with them, so I decided to get myself some Wróbławski pizza crisps, which were absolutely delicious and cost about €2, or $2 or £2. Now, going through immigration was a absolute pain in the arse. They obviously need to hire at least one extra person so they can double their team. And as you can see right here, I've sped this video up. It is massive. We were in that queue for an hour. I went to the Hotel Botanique, which is my hotel, which I got on a very extremely cheap rate for some reason, but a very nice hotel. They had wooden bamboo keys, room keys that you could get in. Quite nice. I enjoyed it. So I went out on the street that night, went to a small Christmas market, got some white chocolate, hot chocolate, which was delicious, although the consistency was a bit questionable, and took a look at the trams going around the city. There are these delicious cakes that are rotating on hot coals to cook. They do look a little bit like a butthole when you're eating them, but they are delicious nonetheless. And saw a random man blacksmithing in the middle of the street. Pretty cool. Christmas tree was beautiful, as you can see, and saw people doing some traditional festive carols. So if you're into that sort of thing, it is fantastic. Now, I am not, but hey, you might be. I went to the White Horse for dinner, where we got some delicious pork knuckle and ribs. This is one of the oldest places in the city to have dinner. It was, again, fairly cheap. We're looking at a meal of 4 people for about $100. That's $25 a piece. Back to the Hotel Botanique now, where my room was beautiful. They had some Royal Crown Cola, which of course is a Michigan or US brand, I should say. And the next day, back out on the town. I took a picture of this old clock, which is the oldest clock in existence, that still runs today. I took it at night, obviously, because I didn't have time. Went to St. Michael's Bridge and found some what I was told were beavers. These are definitely not beavers. We went to the fort, and the architecture is fantastic. Walked around the fort for a little bit, as you probably see. Found this man with a gun right here. So once we're walking around the fort, we found the Museum of Holograms. That's this museum here with a bunch of old art in it. Pretty cool. As you can see, Beatles. You shine a light at it and it gives you kind of the hologram. This is a creepy person who appears to be a ballerina. Went to grab a drink at the Rail Yard Bar, where your orders are delivered to you by train. Pretty cool, if you ask me. You put everything on the train and it gets delivered to you. Went to the Museum of Photography and Art and found some interesting things, and the Museum of Illusions. Museum of Illusions was one of my favorite parts because I like being creeped out mentally. That's me right there. There's some entryway right here, as you can see. Everything is done interestingly. So right after these lovely hall of mirrors that creeped me out, we decided it was time to go home. Stayed in the lounge, got myself a cheap bar of Milka, delicious by the way, and went back on the plane on EasyJet. Again, boarding on the tarmac. The seats, again, a bit like Wizz, were very, very basic, but they opted to have an advertisement in front of you. And all in all for this trip, with everything involved, which was actually 3 nights, but it was 48 hours was all I could do. 3 nights in Prague, in the 4-star Hotel Botanique, going around all these different areas, eating some lovely food and everything, cost just under £400. So I would definitely say and recommend it for anyone. Like and follow Travel Cheapo for more details.